again. I want to go back to where we left off the other day, and I want to come to you from the book of Ezekiel now. I was in 1 Kings 22, if you're interested, about Jehoshaphat and Ahab and the false prophets, the 400 false prophets, and a little background on that. The Lord spoke to me 2 or 3 years ago, maybe 4, to read his prophets, and then he brought to me chapter 22. I found what I found today that's in, that I'm going to read right this minute in Ezekiel. Then he pointed out 1 Kings 22. So there's a lot of other, but this information is that I'm going to read today 3 times in Ezekiel 22. It starts with this statement, and the word of the Lord came unto me. And so God is speaking to Ezekiel, and I don't have time to go into it. These episodes are 10, 12 minutes. But what he's doing, he's setting the tone, and God is trying to find a particular man. We found out in the last deal in 1 Kings that when Ahab sent for a prophet, he brought forth 400. Jehoshaphat wanted to say, isn't there another prophet that can hear from the Lord? It's the word Micaiah come in and told the truth, and the king went crazy. Because God's always had a man or a woman or a person. You know, John said, they said, are you Jesus? Who are you? He said, I'm just a voice crying in the wilderness, make straight the way of the Lord. And so God always finds a voice. And so he tells him in the first 16 verses about the terrible shape and the wickedness of Israel. Chapter 17, saying, and the word of the Lord came to me, and he explains how bloody it is, human trafficking, prostitution, sound like America. And then here, he gets down to the root of why it's not been taken care of. And the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, say unto her, Israel, thou art the land that is not cleansed, nor rained upon in the day of indignation. It's dirty, it's not prospering, it's not getting any rain, it's not growing anything, because it's living like hell. There is a conspiracy of the prophets. That means there's an allegiance of the prophets. One prophet's telling another prophet, and one prophet sees what another prophet says, and it's like a spiritual plagiarism. The church is full of it. They say what's working. They say whatever's working. And this time it's not going to work. This time the Lord is coming. The Lord is coming. I'm not on here trying to teach people. I have an opinion. This is my opinion. And I'm not just trying to prove my fact. I'm telling you, the Lord is coming. What makes you think so? Well, if you can't look around this world and tell the changes in the world, then you don't need to be prophesying about nothing. If you can't warn people when it's going to rain, I've said 1,000 times, I don't have to be a meteorologist. I live in Ohio to look toward Indiana, see dark clouds hanging, maybe turning green, maybe hail. I don't call a TV station or the weather station to see if I should get in the house. I go in the house. My instincts tell me to go in the house. You know, when the animals can sense earthquakes, the animals can sense when the ground is about to tremble. On Mount St. Helens, they felt they had the sense about them, the sixth sense, to get off the mountain or get away, the ones that could. And the people of earth should have enough sense to know. Why did Noah did not go collect the animals. The animals sensed the catastrophe coming. Maybe God put it in them, maybe it was this extinctful. I'm concerned about a church that doesn't know Jesus is coming. See, all the way down to the end, the book of Revelation, the 7th church, the church is saying, we're rich, we're increased with goods, we have need of nothing. I'm saying, the Lord's saying, you're wretched, poor, blind, miserable, naked, and you need to buy 3 things: gold, linen, and eye salve, faith, purity, and vision. If you can't see what's happening, and if you want to go to church and just hear another message, you're going to be listening to them messages where your family goes to hell. If you don't wake up and make a decision to tell the people that you love We're not waiting. I'm not waiting for, Jesus said in the last days they'd be saying, he's here, he's over here, he's over here. Listen, man, we've been chasing revivals for 50 years, but there comes a time things have changed. Israel is back in their nation. The budding of the fig tree is taking place. We're looking at World War III. We're staring down at the Gog and Magog war. We're killing babies like they're our enemies. We're degenderizing peoples. We're letting men play girl sports. We're doing all this stuff because we have no idea how to fix it, and we're wrestling with the devil. We're not wrestling with a government. The government not smart enough to think that things up. I don't even know where I'm at. I got 3 minutes here. There is a conspiracy of her prophets in the midst thereof. Like a roaring lion, a ravening to prey, they have devoured souls. They have taken the treasure and the precious things. They have made her, Israel, many windows in the midst of her. They didn't need windows. They needed gates and doors. Her priests have violated my law and profaned my holy things. Here's how they've done it. Because they have put no difference between the holy and the profane. Isaiah said in chapter 5, verse 20, in the last, they'd be saying, good is evil and evil is good. Brother Mike Murdoch, whom I like, and he says that the beginning of wisdom is understanding difference. If you're looking at this world, just the situations that are in it, you think you're going to change it with a political change. I don't care who goes to the White House. There comes a day that it don't matter. It didn't matter if David was ruling in Israel, Solomon, or Ahab. Certain things happen. We're at that. We have profane priests. Who is that? That's the leaders of the church. That's the leaders of the religious world. They're just agreeing. They're clasping hands with the politicians, and not paying attention when Jesus said, "If you hear it in your ear, we should be on the roof, shouting it." They put no difference. Neither have they showed difference between the unclean and the clean. They have hid my Sabbaths. But what does it mean? This is okay. This is all right. This is not that bad. I got the Barney Church. I'm okay. You're okay. Do whatever you like. The world's so full of grace, it doesn't matter. Really? Well, I wouldn't bet my soul on that. Verse 27, and her princes in the midst thereof are like wolves, ravening the prey, and shed blood, and to destroy souls, to get dishonest gain. Man, if I've ever, we got politicians being bribed and bought, and whole legislation pieces of the government being told the judicial's gone, the FBI's gone, Secret Service is gone. They're all gone. They're for sale. They're under the thumb of leaders not only from this world but around the world. If you don't believe that, I got a bridge I'd like to sell you up the street. And verse 28, and her prophets have daubed them with untempered mortar, seeing vanity, divining lies. Doing what? Her prophets are divining, telling lies, telling people lies. Why? Because they're gullible. Why? Because he's a prophet. And when the Lord hath not spoken it, the people of the land have used oppression, exercised robbery, and have vexed the poor and needy. Yea, and have oppressed the stranger wrong. I sought for a man among them that should make up the hedge and stand in the gap before me for the land, that I should not destroy it, but I found none. Therefore have I poured my indignation. Therefore have I poured my indignation upon the land. Now listen, this is serious stuff. God said, all I'm looking for is one man, one person, one woman. And I will pour out my indignation upon, I will blow against thee in the fire of my wrath, and deliver thee into the hand of the brutish men, and skillfully destroy. Thou shalt be for fuel for the fire. Thou shalt the blood shall be in the midst of the land, and thou shalt be no more remembered, for I am the Lord, and I've spoken it. Don't ever forget. Don't ever forget. Jesus has two postures. Come unto me, all you that labor and are heavy laden, I'll give you rest. Or depart from me. I never knew you. You never had my approval. You stole my identity. You stole my emblems. You play in my house. And you're silent when it comes time to tell the truth about my word. I'm just saying.